I swin'wana swa leswi swi nga ni endla ku va ni titsongahata swinene ngopfu u ri ni ringetela volume un'wanyana no ya na yitwa volume liyani futhi na yi vona futhi volume liyani inkomu Melrick inkomu swinene ya tamba se yi twala ngopfu yi twala kahle swinene ngopfu inkomu swinene futhi I'll give you a like for that so yeah a ni nga yi langutangi ku ri yi le kwini volume liyani thanks for that like I said khale ni nga tshama la studio lexiwani na tshama mara ni endla other things than being live so the point what I'm trying to make laniwani loko ku mi twini kusuka le ndzhaku or mi twala hansi yes na khensa futhi tshemba se yi tshamisekini loko ku ri tshamisekini ni kombela mi nyika thumbs up kwalamba futhi yeah so what I'm trying to say iku swa koteka swilo leswiwani man swa koteka it's possible for you to move from one point to the other namuntlha loko ni ka radio ka paphama namuntlha nampundzu un'wana u rhumile voice note a vula mhaka ku ri ya se na twala na swi vona manjini yile ni va ni ri le ko tshuka manjini so un'wana u rhumile voice note a ku hi nga langeni mintirho I'm trying to link that to what I'm saying now ku one would have said ku ri I'm a DJ Brian I can't be seen holding a camera in a stadium running around with a camera but man I've fallen in love with that loyi a nga ni byaka ni ngetela volume Melrick u ve na nkateko ku ni vona ni karhi ni capture a game I've captured a game kapa ku ri ya yini Melrick ni tsundzuxa I think ku ri oh yeah Skukhuni a ku ri Skukhuni ne I even took you a picture or a grandstand man that was something else and each and every game yi va yi ri on its on ka level ya yona and you don't take any game for granted but what I'm saying kuri un'wana ta ku I'm a DJ Brian I can't be seen holding a camera ka ri jika stadium in ndlela leyo then I won't take this opportunity but Caminat was more than that Caminat was more than taking pictures Caminat was more than meeting players Caminat was more than meeting these soccer players Caminat was more than meeting these business people who owns this team and now it becomes easy for me I've developed bungana bushaka bzintshwa not other photographers your Shivambu I meet with these guys and they tell me the challenge that they meet as sports photographers, how expensive the equipment is, and I know that. And they taught me a lot of things without them knowing, One it's not about the rural areas, even in urban areas like in Gauteng, there's a lack of knowledge. So people need someone like you, DJ Brian, to encourage them. It is possible, guys. But look or that spirit of saying, I want to do this. Darko blue, as we used to say back in the days. Darko blue. I don't know why you go darko blue. Or I don't know why didn't you say red or white. Darko blue. You understand what I'm saying. But then, I'm telling you, if I show you the pictures, the first game, Marumo Gallants versus Baroka FC. The second game, Makuri, Kaiser Chiefs and Marumo Gallants. Oh man, and I look into those pictures. I go back and look into those pictures. I'm like, but back then, I think about the nchumu short class order, But with time, I started to study, sit down, and check what other photographers are doing. And because the use of camera, there's a camera very well. So the idea, the problem was the concept, the concept of how do you, frame a shot? What kind of shots do? If you check the pictures that I post, even on Marumo Gallant's page or on my page, sometimes I take some few pages and I post them and I'm like, no, this is something else. Namunta Nikume, the reason why I'm talking about this, thanks man. I'm going to WhatsApp you when I Melrick in Komsnen. Namunta Nibulale so Nikuma a message from Miguel team. Miguel team is going to join Orlando Pirates apparently. So Skomba Orlando Pirates is saying you bring Marcasagore of Miguel team join a Pirates and I'm gonna post in Instagram and the social style and I'm gonna join Orlando Pirates. So now you see a person that used to I'm gonna read this and I know Miguel team was gonna kick me. He said, brother, this is how he wrote this message. In fact, I'm talking about display and message low one. Let me try and do something. But then nonetheless, Ishilungu Miguel team, one of the best players leyi ni nga tshama ni hlangana na yena nga ni vona ku ri a ku na ndlela leyi ni nga kota ku copa message loyi a ni vutisa leyi ni mhaka ku the technology that we use here it's very famba na nkarhi and i famba na nkarhi hi ndlela yaleyo. So that's what is happening. And when that is happening, he wrote me a message. He's still trying to take time to come to where I want it to be. But he says, it's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you for all your work, taking me pictures and videos. We will meet you some other time. That coming to my phone, coming to me, it's so powerful, for me, a player saying khensa and I've noticed something. Something I don't know if it and I believe other photographers they'll agree with me when I say that. And so I will say that they will agree with me. You pick up a person, not only a soccer player, a person nje hambi mi ri phatini hambi mi ri mucatwini kumbe ku rini ku na munhu un'wana njhe loko n'wi languta hi lens loko n'wi xuta, they just have that, they ooze that thing ya ku u lava ku tekiwa xinepe, like va fanele ku teka xinepe vanhu va kona. So Miguel team is one of those people loyi I've enjoyed taking pictures of Miguel team, and man, I wish you nothing but all the best, Miguel. I know you might not even see this, but maybe someone will want to tag you and say, good, this is what I said about you. One of the best midfielders in the country, I believe, one of the best. I'm defining Kasweso. You Makavele, Orlando Pirates, I need. Be it as it may. So you understand, now, the space become bigger and bigger where you start meeting new people. Now you're opening new places, new doors in new provinces. Miguel team can even refer to my work to someone else in Gauteng. So that's how you start. So you start small, but aiming high. So when you fall in the middle. So that's what everybody says. But when people tell you that, you feel like but until you experience that, so what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say, to make the long story short, there's nothing impossible as long as hey, the financial situation, yes, I agree, and yes, it's true, but then sometimes and then you focus honestly and obviously we know I have yo maka loko teka driving license u pfa nga voni tihlo rin'wana loko va ku testa matihlo hinkwaswo mara leri rin'wanyana ri karhi swi vona ku ri lexani xi tshamele kwini and everything like that. So focus on the positive in your life. That one is out of the way, and I hope and wish that I'm gonna try and make a lot of our soccer players to look great and to look greater than and larger than life. So that's what I wish in my next endeavor and in my next trying to improve. I believe in improving. But I still see something that I can improve, not only studio and say not only ka photography and say not only even in general DJ in the angarela. So I believe in that, and I believe it works, and it has worked in the past. So opportunities that I got, opportunities of me still being with the Blue brand, the telecom brand, I'm still hands. Opportunity after 20 years or 22 years -1. And take it hands. So I meet this kind of challenges. People calling us to come and MC for their events. People calling us to come and capture events. People calling and to say, please come and be, and appear at our event. That is not something that is taken like hands. It's just that look, we say the platform to talk about it, and sometimes that's why I use this kind of platforms. I talk to people who really, really follow DJ Brian. Sometimes having 25 million people who view your channel, your YouTube channel, is something that personally I don't take it for granted. the 25 million views ka YouTube channel ya DJ Brian, it might not mean a lot to most people, but then for me personally, it means a lot. It's a big number for me, and I'm humbled to the subscribers that we have every day. When I wake up and open the YouTube video that I created, maybe anungobani and I went and nchumu, but putting more extra effort into that. As a boy, and then end up subscribing to the channel. I'm just saying, subscriber. Yes, we do ask for subscriber, but then still it does not say kolo in Juliani. You acquire mbedo nzeni lukumlaba kuteka mbedo lwani se mfane mirura mfane mfaindi kusungula aswibitano, but you end up doing it because you click that button, subscribe and follow DJ Brian, even though I can't follow all of you back, but that effort, it means a lot to this rural guy who just from nothing, from Kamja Jileni, born of a gardener, born of a maid who worked all her life in somebody's house somewhere in Gauteng province, and being humbled by this kind of opportunities where you actually guys open your hearts, open your data, open your phones and everything like that. I could endla swakufana sweswo kumbe swi vula when we are engaged in platform to hambana, because nkarhi wun'wanyani platform ta ti pfumeli swa ku ri hi endla swa ku fana na sweswo, but then platform yo ku fana leyiwani ku va ku ri leyi kuma swa ku ni kota ku vulavula ni phofula how I feel without being told about time or ku ri ni fanele ni ya mavhengeleni or anything like that, but be talking about mavhengele and everything. People who still call us and say, Brian, we want to use your voice for an ad, for a radio ad, and then loko kuma advert ya kona jiki eka sepedi advert ya kona namile, you have to record an ad ka sepedi, and you say, mara, why do this person come to me and say ba go pela gore ke ba direle advert go papatsa yo ka sepedi, knowing very well gore botsotse mina motsonga in the, but then they say, no, we know gore you can speak sepedi botse fela sa makhonta khodi ya gogo. Humbled by such opportunities. Not that they are very special. Maybe to some it might not mean anything. Those clients, those people who still call us and say, we want to use your voice to say, do this ad, do that, and everything like that. We are humbled by that. And and everything like that. But I'm saying, I'm humbled, and you don't follow one channel, you don't follow one platform. You'll follow DJ Brian on YouTube, you follow DJ Brian on Facebook, even though sometimes the Facebook is going to fire you and everything, you still follow on the other side, and then you do make sure, that's what is happening, and I'm humbled, and nakombela kuwa imenga karali, and karungwana stokota fai kudlunyeka ikanzia ntambo fai enda swanyana kumosinga mtsakise karungwana ba nyanyukini, and we know sometimes loku munafa mburi nwatitwa ni wastiva vele, and let me by saying that I'm humbled by the opportunities that the other opportunities that are there, and people will still believe when they send you something, you'll make it happen for them. Even if I don't do much, kawena, or I don't do anything, one day it will happen, and it will happen. There are those people who I still get calls in the office, which we have, the office where people will still call and ask me, and I'm like, this is something else. Ani karunga lo nibahlabisana ku ani pfumeleli ku vulavula hi swaka munghana lonene ka platform ya ka barole, and vanhu va nga swi twisisi nkarhi wun'wanyana, so tikombela ku swi veka rivaleni ku ri loko ni vula ni ku a ni pfumeleli ku vulavula hi swilo swa ka munghana lonene kumbe swa ka SABC at my private space, ni va ni nga ri mi hlamuleli tlhelo. Ni tshemba nkarhi wun'wanyani van'wani va koho va swi twisisaka, van'wani va ku hayi man va fa va tlhela va ni chingela, and knowing me, I'll end up laughing about it and everything like that, and I laugh about it, and not because I'm laughing, but because I just want not to get carried away if I hlamulelana endlela leyo and so, but then kuma swaka munghana lonene la ka barole, and I try to explain no, I'm not allowed kuya hi ntwanano wa mina na SABC when blah blah so ka SABC la ka barul. So I really mean that because that's how it is. But sometimes ngwana nguto ku no u lava ku pfuniwa ka nene lava ku isa risimu ra mina kwini. I'm not saying bring songs to me. I don't have anything to do in my music. But if I say no rumela ka mashila KL and SABC dot so that and ona nga nchumu ne ni va pfuna munhu ku a kota ku fikelela kwini but ku ri ku endleka yini mahlweni a ni swi nghena. That's how much I can do and that's how far I can do. Even the radio yoxe vele ya mi nyika information ya ku ri mi rhumela njhani music ka SABC. So I know I get a lot of calls about that and people because they see my number on my social platforms because I normally put my numbers, my contact numbers for obvious reasons, for business contacts and everything. But then people will end up calling you for other things. We still help, but to a certain extent because I just ordinary guy who goes and presents SABC, not that I have powers or anything like that. But if email Magubani, I'll just give you the email Magubani and then it ends there. Magubani then is above or beyond my control. So I appreciate that. And because I'm on that phone, I'm like, no, hey, but Brian, and you're calling me in my private office. I do. Sometimes I just like, okay, fine, guy. What do you want me to do now? I go, no, and sometimes I do help. If it's fine. I will take it if they don't have. It doesn't mean whoever is in the office but whatever is happening, guys, ABC. That's what I'm saying. So that's the line that maybe we need to understand. I hope it makes sense and I need to make that clear because we still get those kind of conversations. But I'm humbled. That shows love, you know. Suddenly, I get humbled by that. Like I said, most platforms don't allow us to say, social media, hey, I'm in blind, and but to thank you like this now on this platform, I'm humbled. My Facebook account, the page was hacked, and Logi Hekiwa, it was a problem for me to get it back, and it's still a problem for me to get it back. But what I'm going to say, Imakako, the Kubayi Nifula accounting when DJ Brian Concepts ka Facebook, and you guys followed that, and you followed that within a short space of time. There's a video when I posted Antonio Marcos ka Facebook. That video, believe it or not, a lot of views. I can't remember how many views. Currently, I had not less than 30,000 followers. A lot of views. But what I remember now, over 300,000 reach. You reach 300,000. 300,000. Less than 30,000. That's amazing, guys. And the shares that I remember last time I checked, it was on 447, the shares. That's love. You can't share something that you don't love. You can't share something that you don't like. You share it because you want people to know. And you didn't take it and post it on your platform. You share it on your platform and then people start to recognize, oh, this is DJ Brian channel. Oh, this is DJ Brian's YouTube. Those kind of things. So that is something else. For me, it means a lot. And I'm humbled, guys. And the opportunity that we get on radio, it's amazing. I suppose I go back radio, but then we are still given the opportunity by the powers that be. Go back radio every morning and making your, traveling easy everywhere you are, and you're showing love on social media and everything like that. And you keep voting for us on Twitter and voting. And it's just me coming to say wholeheartedly na khensa na randa kukombela ku komba ku rakunene. I really appreciate what you do. Look at the views, people who are watching this stream. There's nothing much on the stream, but you look at the comments, for example, it's a lot. And it's a lot. You look at the comment is a lot. Like, look at that, it's a lot. And I can try and stream that if you don't mind. It's a lot. It's there, and I'm humbled by that. And swi vula swo tala ka mina mugwebu na khensa swinene ngopfu, and swi vula swo tala bafethu. And n'wana mani nhlamulo, oh yes, lava vanhu lava va tshamaka ka va langute the health talk, yi ta vuya bafethu, yi ta vuya mhaka ya the health talk. A ku na van'wana va hi nyika mhaka ya opportunity ya ku va ya veka TV hi mhaka the health talk liyani. So loko swi fambisa kahle hi ta swi lunghisa, swi tshama kahle hi ndlela leyo. A khensa swinene ngopfu, inkomu swinene bafethu hinkwenu n'wina vhele mi nga tsala ka siku namuntlha. Ni vone na sivala xa mina laniwani xi ri kona namuntlha. Muthawu u njhani na Muthawu? Yeah, okay, va konta ku sena return khesile nga tshamba lewani ya khale nyana vhele leyiwani. Our personal DJ wini mushari ku njhani wini? Yeah, those videos that you see me in the studio being crazy and everything, and what humbled me last week, is it last week or so, something like that, ilogo video ya DJ Brian at a studio nkarhi ya ntlanga risimu ra Gatele Coin. I think about Africa Days kora kona ni record a video liyani live, in fact. And Awile Longomba, the great Awile Longomba, took my video, put it on his platform. Not only, I thought maybe in the beginning I got Instagram then. He took that video, I was Instagram, go to Instagram, and then jigi when I got Facebook, jigi send you one kat platform then and got Twitter and one go on. Imagine the great, I call him the great because he's just a great artist, Awile Longomba, at the video at DJ Brian, you know. Oh man, I post that means verification from someone from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, you know, posting that, and it means a lot. And that is no longer about DJ Brian. It's no longer about DJ Brian. That is now about Rishagaragaina. That is now expanding to be about South Africans. That is now becoming about Mungana Lonene FM as a brand. At the background, kuna logo ya Mungana Lonene. In the studio, ya Mungana Lonene. That music was played at a platform ya Mungana Lonene. That's how I saw that. And lokurugu mongonyani, so it's okay, but that's how I saw it. It was no longer about me. And that was a good message from me to the world. It was no longer about DJ Brian Matsui Shwela Kwalani. So it was no longer about Batsonga ntsena manje nisifika Batsonga bayiru swindlandlamuka hileswiyani emakumu swi about the whole nation. When an artist of that caliber, Awile Longomba, you can Google about him if you want to know who Awile Longomba is. That's a big artist. It's I don't know compare namani adiboka. So it's Koffi Olomide, it's Awile Longomba, it's Fally Ipupa and Antawanibeke Papa Wemba lashikari kabona mara then ku Papa Wemba batile brongole bikulu. So now you'll put Koffi Olomide, you'll put Awile Longomba, ujampe Papa Wemba layani, and then uyaka wera son and bangwana struggle, they will have an argument bakanda bongo men batafola kwala. So that's how big that guy is. And yeah, I'm humbled, guys. And na khensa loko mkarami loko hi posta swilo leswi van'wana ba hi nyika ka swa nchumu swa ka hi swi endla, you still support that. The data that mi nyika ku tona hi pa ku hi mi winisa tona, you still, you know, support us. As boy, I don't know if I'm going to ileswi ka Telkom maka swona. No. But you still comment, you still participate in the competition, though I still want you to participate more. You know, those kind of things. Support association because it's even supporting or changing other people's lives somehow, you know. When I do something, so that's at the end, now you might not see. I remember I was given a chance to speak at a school, and I share with one of my teachers back then, Man Mulewa. I would always talk about her because she played a very big role. She played a motherwood role back then. And that's how it is. And I went there to say I want to greet her. And then they said, no. From blah, 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 now. But I was called grade 12. I mean, class year grade 12. And I went there. I remember I said something. I don't know. This thing's so many, you know. ni fike ni byela vana lava xikolo laha tlilasini liyani ku ri loko ma ha tshame kwala henhla ka desk yaleyo tanihi n'wana wa xikolo, you might not realize ku vanhu lava ni vula vadyondzisi they know better than us loko va tshame loko us ni vula vana va xikolo. Vana va xikolo loko wa ha ri n'wana wa xikolo nkarhi wun'wana kahle hi mina a ni sure maybe swi hambanile masiku lamawani. Sometimes when you are still a student or a learner, nkarhi wun'wana va ta vutisa ku ri mara ni lani xikolweni a ni ti ku na swi endla mina a swi endle ko tala ngopfu mara why am I going to school mara? Until then ukula or matured, and then your maturity start to explain to you you need to be at this level, you need education to be here, you need to move from here to there, and you need this little paper bange metric, you know. I believe I did not understand at some point in my life why am I going to school though? And I believe you feel like you don't understand the importance of you sitting there. And honestly, every morning for no reason. So that should say to you, they know what they're doing and they know better. And that's what I told those learners high school and then we can back let's and never Jenny Zakona like na gabagala in Lujimo, Marnago, Ekipita, Naguekarekzama, the most disorna, Ngabagala in Lujanamo. She must let us okay, and I don't know where I got that. I just looked at these learners. I'm like, maybe back in the days when I didn't understand why you know, and I remember saying something in closing. I've been speaking for 38 minutes now, almost 40 minutes. In closing, and I'm sure delete the video. It's up to you. It's okay. I can delete it. It's okay. And I said something. That's it. But most importantly, I was just there to greet Mdondisi Nsukan Famba. But I got class lian. I got to class takona, grade 12 takona timbir. So I said, whatever she enle munu wana na wana nyiko yokare kur akota kote hanyisa. And I don't think I'm saying this for the first time. Munu wana na wana shikwembu shikunyike a gift kur akota kote hanyisa. And knowing that it's not a problem. The problem is to discover that gift as early as possible. But find that gift, get it, discover it. Oh, yeah, I've got a good voice. I can make a living out of my voice. Just giving an example. I can run. I can make a living out of my, speed. I'm good in singing. I can make a living out of my voice again, And take away now. The next person might not be responsible to find that gift for you. Take away now to discover what am I good at. Look at man. It's not something that you love. I never knew I would love taking pictures of players like I love now. Like I arrived there 3 hours before and prepare my things properly and because I love what I do. And when I love what I do, I don't care. It grandstand. I'm going to DJ Brian. Camera. It doesn't mean anything to me because I love what I do. 3 o'clock, Brian, I'll run because I love that. I love being on radio. and I don't have to force myself to wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock and then because it's something that is at the bottom of my heart. I love it and I love it. That's how it is. You do that, that's it, man. Mahlori kesini mfethu kesesinongofu. Oscarine Hlungwana, don't delete, save it. Okay, let me see how many. Don't delete, minga delete please. Minga delete. Nikarana stream house sabona kamslansi. Yes. Yeah, nongwe fami umaka makarme me. Dewa ile yini man. Even though you don't like to talk much about the SABC here at Barole, but okay, then thank you, Top Shayela. It's okay, man. I don't like, I don't like name calling people and calling people names and so someone knew this one. Okay, I do go someone knew for tomorrow. Then, mina, I'm humbled, guys, and that is why when I try to do something, lo endla, like mega show kore show something whether kuba kurna mali yinga involved kumba ikona swakufana na sweswo, I will always do it in Billy Basapa. Because you don't know who's looking, you don't know who's watching. And I was shocked when I was approached by this other, people ku streamer your show, the health talk na Dr. Mbokota. I'm like, yo, do you guys watch? And there was no one Samsela. But the show, look about guys, we eat the song and we know you're using shit song. But the way you do it, you guys, you do it effortlessly. Like, it's so easy for you. I know I still owe one doctor a platform, and I think I'm gonna get him very soon. Dr. Louis Angatavakara and the plan was about the mental health last week. And I know I've been talking about it for a long time, and I know I will do it. And I will do it. Guys, thank you for your time and thanks for watching. And without announcing, without anything, bav, take the phone tangwina, got the computer tangwina, got the TV tangwina, Facebook, TV, and I'm humbled, guys. Most importantly, khensa ranzo mi komba karona, sometimes I go, hey, balaban follow I ask myself such questions sometimes, and it's because I not khensa, humbled, and it always be like that. And everything I won't bring it here, but I'm humbled, guys, and I love doing what I do. And thanks for encouraging us, Edwell Mabona, if you encouraged my guy, and thank you. And the junior, Mgweu, thank you. And peace, love, and happiness. Tuchoyo, Shamina Insekete Luminika Wana, Masakin Gwao. Some coming on the platform tamina bafethu kuna sotala isinyika go ma ticket at the awards, my ticket at awards, the data which I believe some of you might need, and it doesn't matter how it changes your life, but the data that we give you. And thanks again to Telkom for giving me the opportunity to be with you guys for how many years now? 3 years now, and that's a big achievement for me. I'm humbled. And for over 20 years, the SABC, I'm humbled. And for only 1 year, Tolweni, the 17th June, and at the Lembe, Nernamarumo Gallants, as their social media manager. And I'm humbled, guys. And Nikombelaku, Khensa Nagambe, Eric Jesbakase, Keleboreng, Jesbakase, Keleboreng, Kakutonyana, Kere. Kelebora Kemarumangwa to Kelebora. We hope to have a good season again for this year, and we believe that we're gonna walk this walk together. And I apologize, but I love you guys. And to everyone who supported me as Brian Records, or me, and in all platforms, I thank you guys. I'm humbled. In Komsnen, Monte Chap.